Hello, hello, and welcome to not trying to learn some more Japanese. This is going to be a really slow playthrough of Fantasy Maiden Wars because we're going to be doing some rough translation of every single word we don't know, which is a lot right now. You see this? What's on the title screen? I don't know what that means. The process is going to be as follows. First, I take my candy snipping tool in the background that you can't see, and then I'm going to take a capture of the words. You can be like, okay, well, aren't you just going to, like, copy and paste that? No. What I'm going to do is take these letters and write them down. Behind the scenes, some more behind the scenes here, is a handy dandy tool called Google Translate. But instead of copying and pasting the image for Google Translate to work on, we're going to write down every single letter we can see. And Google Translate has this very handy tool that, I don't think you can see it right now, but it's in here. And so here we can start to actually pull up the screen behind here. You'll notice that this thing, if I pull this up and above, you'll see my notes. That's right. We got notes. So, the first letter that we'll be translating here is, the one on the title screen. And that seems to be... Oh, let me write that down here. I have a whole bunch of tabs that I need to scroll through. So it's you, and then it's you. Uh-oh, did I press something? No, I didn't. Okay, we're okay. It's just making some funky noises. Oh, also, hold on here. Give me a second. I probably have to recalibrate something here. Okay, that's better. That's better. Yeah. Got it. No, I don't got it. Well, this is gonna be a little scuffed. What in the world is happening? Uh-oh. That didn't happen last time. Let's see, well that works perfectly fine. And this is... It's not very happy. Okay, let's try this. There we go, that's fixed. Alright. So the first buddy here. Yeah, there we go. The first kinda symbol we have here going on seems to be... Oh, how nice should it look? Oh no. Is that good enough? That's good enough. No, that's not good enough. Has to be good writing. It's a little bit better than... I think that's okay, right? I won't get yelled at for that one. Alright, and Google Translate tells us this is... Mabo Ro Shi, which means illusion. But here's the funky part about kanji, I think, is that if we go back to our title screen here, we'll notice that there's more symbols, so I get to go into my handy dandy handwriting translator and then write it down. In the background here. And so we have... We'll go ahead and write this down again. In the meantime, oh, I have to... Let's swap back to the art screen here. So we have this thing. That should connect. And then we have the second symbol you just saw, which is this thing. And a little heart symbol, kind of squished. And then this is Gensou. Right, and that translates to fantasy. But if we go ahead and remove the front, and just write down... Oh, can you see this? Yes, you can. You can see this. You just write down the second character. good. There. Now. This is apparently just translated as straw. And that is roughly translated into thought, ideas, right? So it's a noun, effectively. So this is where fantasy comes from, right? There's the fantasy part of the title. Then comes the second part, which is Shojo. I guess we can break that down too, just to make sure that I'm not being completely illiterate here. Yep, this is okay. We need to move this up a little bit. We can say this thing. Oh, it has to look a little bit good, huh? Yeah. This show. That's small. Was it like this? Yeah, so if we combine this with, I think I'll do this first. I forgot the order of how you, it's like top down, so do I do this and then that? Yeah, something like that. These two characters combined is Shojo. And that means girl. Now, if I wanted to remove the front character, I would get this thing, right? And this is onna. Which is woman. So you have small woman. That's girl. Ah, yes. Beautiful. Then that leaves us with our last two characters, which is, I think it's a Taisen. It's Gensou, Shojo, Taisen. And to confirm that, we need to go into the background here, and I get to scribble whatever that's the symbol for big, I think. Yeah. This thing. We get to go further down here. So this thing. This is the big O. A, E, O. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Ooh. It's funky. Yeah, you also pronounce it night alone here. It's big. This is large? Large, big. Large and big. That's what that is. But it means, and then if we take that and we grab the other character, let me swap over here for you to see. Yeah, we're on that last character, right? We'll go ahead and draw that funky thing, I think. Goes something like this. Oh goodness, that's sacrilegious. And then you have this. Yeah. There you go. Yep. Taisen. Yep. I'll shuffle this back again. So you guys can go ahead and see me scribble down the next letter. I mean, next character. So we got that, and then we got this funky character, right? I have a feeling I'm supposed to do this. Create the box. And then give it the little tips there. Cross it out. Draw the line down. Cross that. At the bottom, but that has to be wide. Slightly wider. So this thing. It's a little one down there. Oh, I should probably connect this. There. And this is Taisen, which is apparently Google says it's Great War. But if I remove the prompt letter here on our translator, yeah, it seems like this bad boy. I'm not sure that's the order I'm supposed to be, but hold on. Maybe it's something like this. That's okay. This is Sen. Yeah, I said, and this is war. But the loose translation for this title is effectively fantasy made in war. So this gets translated into maiden, apparently. Or rather, that might be a flavor choice if you think about it. So that's our title. And that's where things come from. But what is this game about? That's a very good question. I kind of booted this up and I was like, hey, I'm gonna play a purely Japanese game that I can't read. And this is where we are. We don't even know what the game is about. Well, this game is a two-program game. It's an SRPG, which is right up my lane, right? And that's kind of why I wanted to play it. I was like, well, there's a version out on Steam, right? But I'm like, okay, why don't we do a little bit of a challenge instead of reading the purely translated version? Let's go ahead and do the original language for an SRPG. Because I know that I like my SRPGs, and if I'm able to read most of the characters off of a SRPG, and that means I can play more SRPGs without needing to see them translated. Booyah! Which is where we are right now. Let's go back to the screen here. Okay. And what I think I'm going to do here is, you'll see that we have a start, a load, a continue, and a library. The problem with a Toho fan game is that it expects you to learn, or not learn, it expects you to know what Toho is. Well, you see here, I'm going to pretend that I know nothing about Toho, even though the internet is almost, a pretty good portion of it is built upon that. And we're going to go into the library. What does the library have? A whole bunch of characters. Which means we get to translate all of this. And look up what these are. Right off the top, we have a whole bunch of menu options, right? And we have, characters up at the top, characters up at the left and right of that, and a full text box. Oh boy! That's a lot of characters to translate, isn't it? I can tell you off the top literally, like off the top left? That's my left, right? My left? Your left. Yes. Off the top left, that reads library. Or rather, it reads, if I can swap into... I need like a better system here. How do I want to do this? I don't want to, like, shift the game screen all the way over. Maybe if I take maybe I take this, and I shuffle it over here? No, maybe? That's a little bit risky, but... no, that's... Bad News Bears isn't if I shuffle around. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll just have to tab it in now to make sure. Or I could... Let's... Well, let's try it. I'll have this up around here. Like so. Right? Yeah. That should work, sort of. Let me move. You up here. Yeah. That works. Sort of. I'll lock it in. Yeah, I kinda like that. Okay. Now you can see me scribble on here. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. You're right. I might shuffle this all the way over. Centralize it. Yeah, this is, let's do that. Let's do that for now. That looks okay. Yeah. So, yeah, off the top we have this, right? Library. Yep, that's library. I mean, I kind of know my katakana and hiragana, so it's mostly kanji that'll screw us over. Well, with that being said, we have a ton of other characters we have to go through. But here's the cool part. You see, where is it? Up the top, right? Oh, actually, okay, what do I want to translate first? What do I want to read first? Okay, let's take a look at the top left. I mean, top right. We already looked at the top left. My right, your right. So, top left is library. What does top left say? Well, I gotta go into my handy dandy Google Translate and then write that funky thing down. It's kind of small though, so I'm going to take some liberties and get my snipping tool and then see if I can zoom in on that. And that looks like it's... Oh, this is really funky. That's a lot of characters in one. Okay. So first character off the list, right? I think you guys should be able to see this. Perfect. Reads like this. Oh, no, that's... Yeah, a little bit more like that. Saw. Right, this is saw. And this translates roughly into total. And, you know, if you play video games, and you go into your collection, your library, you probably know this loosely already translates into total collection, right? This is just saying that, oh, well, you have 1% of your game complete, right? It's like, oh, you've collected 1% of your entries. So this is things you get to notice. So this is total. But if I go ahead and add in a second character, which I have no clue what it means. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get to write this again. It's not because I like it, it's because it's good for learning. And then the second character up the top is that thing. I think we're gonna draw a line here and then give it a roof. And we're gonna draw the rest of the body like that, right? And this is Soga. Soga. And that translates directly into overall. And so I'll go, yeah. And then we have the next character. Oh, I'm gonna have to shuffle up a little bit for you. Yep. Well, I don't think that would change anything, would it? Because that is like one whole concept. I might be able to skimp out on writing a little bit less, but okay. Regardless, I need to go ahead and put together the next character here. Behind the scenes. Oh, that's kind of weird. I'm not sure how you... I guess you would do... Okay. And then you do 2 lines, connect them. Then you do a 3rd line and you connect those. And you do 2 more lines and you connect those. And that is... That's weird. It's a weird symbol. Okay. It's like, we got this, and it's got this weird thing going on. It wants the bottom. I don't know when you add that. I don't think you add that until the end, but you do the left first. Though it's connected, so I mean, I'm like, how do you do that? I'm not gonna question it. I question it too much. Well, yeah, we draw those 2 right then. As I was saying before, we draw the 2 horizontals before we connect it with the vertical. Then I get to draw another horizontal. And then connect that with... Oh, okay, that's a little ugly. Do it like that. And then connect it like this. And this is... Tachi. Or rather, if you combine all 3 characters, you get Shojo Tachi. But, let's see what happens if I remove these Tatsu. Okay, so this is Tatsu. Tatsu. Yeah. Which translates, this alone translates into reach. Oh, you can't, can you see that? No, I moved it over. There, yeah, there it is. If we put these 3 together, nothing changes in our translation. It still means overall. Except it's touchy instead of tatsu. Right? I guess it's good to keep those together. Oh, you can't see that thing anymore. Yeah, okay, let's do it like that. And then I'm gonna write it again. Despite my sufferings, I'll be a master at the end of this. Trust. I'll go, and then you have this thing. How do I do this and do that? We'll need to look that up later. For now, yeah, this is Sogo Tachi, which still means overall. Which is kind of funny. So nothing really changed here. So now we get to move on to our next kanji, which is going to take a bit to write down as well. First you got that, then you got this. Let's take care of that. Yeah. That. And that changes things now. That changes things. Let's go ahead and write this entire thing again. Oh goodness. I might start slacking, guys. We might start slacking. This isn't sustainable. This all go. Oh. And that means overall. And then you can see that, right? You can see the, yep, okay, it's writing up there, yep. Oh no. Maybe it's better to do it this way. So this is overall Sogo Tachi. Except now we're gonna add in that other character and it changes things into now this is Sogo Tase. Sogo Tase. Right here. Which means overall achievement. And can you, oh, you don't see that, so there it is. I'll scroll it all the way up, there. Overall achievement. Things are getting a little long now. I wonder what happens if I take away the first two characters. Yep, okay. This means that just... oh, that's a little too far. Just the last two characters is Tase, which is overall achievement. Well, no, which is just achievement. So in fact, this is, we can actually ignore this. Right? We can sort of ignore this part, this third part, this awkward combination. You can ignore that, because this is one thought alone. This is basically kind of garbage. This is a proper thought, I think. So this right here. Let's go ahead and draw that into existence. Shojo Taisen. Overall achievement. Which leaves us with our last character. And that is... Ooh, this is a funky one to draw. I got the top roof. I got the weird... It's the same symbol. I'm not sure what that means, but that's gotta be one of like the... It's gotta be some derivative that these guys are basing them off of. Yeah, okay. Ritsu. So this last part means rate. And let's go ahead and write the whole thing down. Honestly, I'm not sure I can keep doing this. This is a lot of writing. We might wanna, I might have like some things that might speed things up here. Somehow. With, not with copy and paste, but just writing out the whole thing. And then going ahead and saying, yeah, that's what it means. And then, like, drawing arrows and saying, hey, this is what it means individually, right? Or drawing, like, combinations. Like, yeah, this is what it means together. Yeah. Something like that, instead of writing the whole shebang each time. That should save us a lot more time. 'Cause I do want to get to play the game, not just figure out what they're saying, right? So that's the first four. Okay, now finally, here's the character I was talking about. They have the funky roof, right? Then have this symbol here again. Right, you'll notice it's kind of similar to that, right here. I guess we can give it the bottom half and get these guys to the side, and then it's got this thing. And then we call this Shogo Tasei Ritsu. Sogo Taseritsu, which is overall achievement rate. And I think I need a slide that over or zoom out a little bit for you. There. You can see, yeah, you can see that now. Sort of. Good enough. The rate is cut off, but you can probably read it. That is a lot of characters we just went through today. And there's gonna be a lot more. If I pull up the big screen here, we can see that we have Gensou, Shojo, Taisen, and we have Rivalry. Oh, la 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 la. La la di la la. Rivalry. Library. What happens to the raw here? What happens to the here? I don't know. I can't. It's a tongue twister. We're gonna call it the library. It's like perfect English. Okay. And this is the top right corner. Right, this is Sogo. Sogo Taseritsu. Sogo Taseritsu. Which is overall, Sogo Tase is achievement, Ritsu is rate. And then I think if we take Ritsu away, yeah, alone it also means rate. So that's chill. That's pretty good. That's okay. Sogo Tachi. Don't know what this is. Yeah. Don't know what that is. Now, what do we want to translate next? I think that brings us to either the character or the menu options. We see a whole bunch of other characters on there. Let's start with, I guess? Yeah, let's start with the character who's prominent up here. She's got some dialogue. Actually, no, that wouldn't make sense, would it? Because she's talking about the menu option. Which means that you should know what the menu option means, because you get context out of that. Right, well, let's write that down over here. So the first, we already know what I think the first two characters are all about. That is Gensou. Because you saw that, right? That is the same as the one off the title. Which is why we get to do this. Ooh, that's kind of ugly. There. And that means the next two characters, well, next three are going to be funky business for us to figure out. Which means I get to go into my handy dandy Google Translate. And start writing the entire string of kanji. And we're going to do a bunch of skipping here. I'm going to be writing all of this junk in the background. Any familiar characters? No, unfortunately not. Wait a minute. No, wait, this is... You know, it's sort of familiar, but it's not. As you can see, I'm looking at the fourth character right now. You can see the left side of that character kind of resembles something. It looks very similar to, I think, was it? Let me scroll up here. Or maybe I am hallucinating. Yeah, never mind. Never mind then. What does that look like? Yeah, there it is. That character. And then... Gensou kyo engi. Gensou kyo engi. What? Gensou kyo engi. That's a really good question. I don't know what that means. Good luck charm? What if I erase the... What does that third character mean on its own? Nothing. Okay. Cool. Alright, time to write the rest of this down. So you guys can see it. Being written again. This is funky because there are like 3 characters squished into one. It means like nothing. Or at least Google Translate isn't giving us a good answer. I mean, I don't know. There's like another better like handwriting translator. I probably should be using this instead. This is super scuffed. No, it's gotta go a little bit fatter like that, yeah. Something like that. So this part is Gensou, and then this part is Engi. It's got this weird curve. Got these mean lines spitting out. That's one whole character. Should I have done that? I don't think I should have. Let's do that again. I think this is the right way. Right way to write it. And this, that, this. Got a hook. Alright, and we call this Gensou kill enemy. And let's see what happens if I. So this is like a good luck charm. And then these two mean completely different things outside of that. So, I'm not going to be concerned about that quite yet. Now, well, that name doesn't really tell us much about anything. So we're gonna now ask, what does our character down at the text box say about this? But first do that, we gotta learn what her name is, or his name, or looks like a. It's gotta be a maiden, right? Okay, that's good news. We have two characters. Oh. Let me move this up a little bit. Is that good? That's good. That's a good position. You know what? Unlike the internet, I'm gonna just refer to everything as girls. They're all girls until proven wrong. This is the way. So this is a cube. And if I divide the name up, this is apparently just for some reason. Like a shout or a sound. Okay. And then this is apparently standalone. It sounds like Q. So Q is her name. I'm not getting good translations for like these singular characters though. So I don't know. We're gonna have to hit the books on that one, like really hard. So I'm gonna put a question mark. Meaning. Anyway, Aku here is going to help us say something. And that means a bunch more translation. I don't know. What do we do here? That's a lot of text. I guess we can start off the top here. So, first kanji we see, right? That should be, I'm pretty sure. You kind of saw the similar rooftop here. Yeah, this alone is Ima. So a bit simpler kanji. You know, this is probably one of the simpler ones that we've encountered. And of course, it means now, right? It's imamade ni, well, some kanji. No, we get another red block. What does that mean? Guess we gotta write that down now. Let's see. Ooh, that's a funky one. This one slash, and then it's a weird rooftop. Oh no, wait. Maybe it's not that weird. It's got a funky smile, and you give it the weird roof. Then you put something on it. Or rather, it looks more like 3 strokes. It kind of looks like 5. I don't know. Oh, wrong symbol. Oh. Okay, gotta redraw that one. Look, this looks like a smile, right? I do this, I do that, and I give it this. Yeah. Okay, that's a good number of... Okay. That's weird. That's a lot more strokes than I assumed it would be. Oh. Okay. Well, this alone doesn't mean too much right now. Let's go ahead and blow in the second character here. Okay. So the second set of kanji is Tojo, and it means a parent. Let's go ahead and write that down too. Alright, you're not gonna believe this one, so I'm gonna give it like a little small middle base. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna draw this top base right here. This funky line gets to be here, right? And then from that, we actually make the roof, I think. And then we give the roof this weird line on the left, and then these weird two lines on the right before doing that middle line. And then we get to do this thing. Thankfully, the second character is a little bit more lenient. Yeah. So this... Tojo, which is appearance. And that that means that reads Imamade ni tojo shita character no character. Okay, so it's something. It's telling you something about the character appearances that have, I guess, that we've seen. Okay. And then there's a whole line of, oh, that's a whole line of soup here. Oh well, Gensou. Okay, wait a minute. Gensou Engi. Right, that's exactly what Gensou Kyo Engi is at the bottom, and then Gensou Kyo Engi or wa. Oh, well, it's either o or wa. I think it's o. Yeah. O. Something more kanji. Shita no. Is that wa or ha? It should be wa. Well, is it wa watashi desu yo? I think that might be a wa. Whatever. Okay. I'm kind of losing it. I'm losing focus, guys. I think I'm gonna get these last two kanji in. I mean, there's 3, but that's miru. That's view. That's sight. See, vision. So let's get the last 2 here. The common kanji. You guys recognize that, right? No, I probably won't have. No, like very few, very basic kanji. Please forgive me. What does this mean? That's gonna be a right here. And this means G10, which translates in the dictionary. It's kind of dirty. And that means that if we read through this, it says imamare ni tojo shita character no jiten o miru ni koka dekimasu. So that effectively says this right here is the list or the dictionary of character appearances. We'll work on the I guess the rest of the characters next time. Here, there's a whole other sentence. I'm losing it, guys. That's a lot to digest. How many characters is that in total? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if you consider like 3 of these to be more common ones, it's like Dai and Onna. Yeah, maybe even Shojo. Right, that's what it is, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh boy. 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, but I don't know. These are like, who knows what they mean. 12, 13, 14. This is also kind of common, I guess. You see it in Cure, but I wasn't familiar with it being in standalone. And then yeah, so we hit double digits on our kanji list. That's crazy. So now when we come back here, we can probably read through half of this content. Wow, I can read the title? Huge. Wow. I can read one whole sentence? Amazing. We're gaining places. Yeah, well, I'll be calling it a day. What did I usually say? That's right. Yeah, that will be all for today. I've been your host, Not, and wherever you are, have a good rest of your day. Otsunan deshita.